in overtime of round 7. Be finishing up here in just a minute, and we're going to be moving on to round 8, which is the last Swiss round. And it looks like we have some pretty good matchups that are going to be popping up here. So just looking at the standings, just or not standings, but the last round's pairings, just to kind of put things into perspective. We have Jack Walker, of course, undefeated, so he's in with white aggro. You have Anthony Alvarez,
Yeah.
white control, so looks like he's going to be in. Daniel Zeidenberg, Thomas Calder, Colin Kaiser, Rex Mendoza, Tim Rivera, and then Kaz. Like
Yeah.
those players have pretty good tiebreakers, it seems. All X1 or better moving into this last round should be good for Top Cut tomorrow, but of course, nothing is guaranteed, right?
That's right. Nothing is guaranteed. I believe, obviously, 6-2 gives you a great chance, but we're going to end up with quite a few 6-2s. Again, we started the day with over 130 players, so went all the way through 8 rounds coming up soon. So, yeah, I mean, top 16 is great, but we'll see how many of X2 players will make it there. We were actually looking at the breakdown. Maybe we can talk a little bit about that as we wait for next round, John.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out. Sorry, I was just reading something. We were trying to figure out. Uh, let's see what the breakdown was going to be for Top Cut, more or less. But yeah, I think the breakdown. I don't know if they posted that just yet, so I don't want to kind of ruin their thunder. Oh yeah, okay. So they did just mention.
For
Okay,
sure,
so
yeah.
yeah.
We're
So
doing it
we can
live.
talk about
We're
that.
doing it
Yep,
live.
doing it.
That's right, yeah.
So the deck breakdown for this event is kind of crazy, right? I mean, we have 28 red, which we expected, 25 Gale, we
Yep.
expected, 25 Fabled
Mhm.
Beast, we expected. So those top 3
Yep.
decks are pretty much right what we called. What's interesting to me is that there's 8 purple curse decks. That is something
Mm.
that I did not think that I would see.
Yeah, I mean, with I don't know if the Thomas deck we featured kind of falls into that, or maybe more into purple mid range.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 14 purple decks in total, with obviously maybe like some more in the others category. It's
Yeah.
definitely an interesting choice. Absolutely. So yeah, it'll be interesting to know like what is the
Mm-hmm.
thought behind that deck pick, because obviously like we look at from a competitive perspective, and you definitely want a deck that gives you a good edge against the meta, so the most valuable decks that are currently being played. But also there's has to be said that you also want to pick a deck that you're comfortable with, that you know how to play. So that's definitely comes into the decision making. I mean, for you,
Mm-hmm.
John, like, what do you consider when you choose a deck, apart from Alex telling you what to play?
No, I don't let Alex let me do anything, but it's I usually just try to play something that's the most consistent deck that does the most powerful things, right? It just happens to be
Right.
right now that that's red. White's also something that I always try to consider. White is a
Hmm.
deck that I almost played at the Pro Tour actually, but I opted to play
Hmm.
red. But I feel like, and I felt like for quite a while, is that red just gives you the most options to control the game, answer everything, and just do the most powerful things.
Yeah, for sure. And we've seen it on the stream. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
am I hearing that you might be jump ship on the winner for this Grand Open? Like, you admitted that
Nope.
white is really strong. No, I cannot
I'm
convince
I'm
you.
still sticking with red. Nope. Just kind
Right.
of
I
gone
see.
over what we've already kind of discussed. I mean, I see
Hmm.
one, two, three, uh, four red decks or so still towards the
Yeah.
top. So I have
Mhm.
no, no complaints sticking with red for winning this event.
Okay, well, let me ask you another question then. We see on
Mhm.
screen, I mean, and we were asked, where is Gale? And Gale was there or is there 25,
Mhm.
so a huge
Yeah,
chunk of the pool. But how is not performing that well? Like, what do you think are the key factors
yeah.
that kind of
You know,
prevent Gale from doing
this
well?
is uh, this is a little surprising to me to see 25 Gale decks, but just looking at the top table breakdown, it's maybe a couple of them. Tim
Hmm.
Rivera is 6-1. He's playing Gale. Outside of that, like no one in the top seven, eight tables are playing Gale other than Tim.
Hmm.
So, a lot of these Gale decks are maybe losing early to like a yellow or maybe a
Yep.
red here and there. And,
Or a wide aggro.
yep, or a white aggro. And they're kind of sticking at, you know, maybe X1, X2. So, I mean, that's not to say that they won't make Top Cut. There's going to be plenty of X2s to make Top Cut. But
Absolutely.
as far as the top like XO and then the top X1s, uh, they're not exactly on Gale.
Yep. No, absolutely
So
surprising. I have to say, because obviously we know, sorry, Gale did win the last Grand Open, and there were a couple of Gale decks in top eight. We've seen um, Gale not meaning green Gale. We see Gale being used as a ramp engine in different other decks that just splash that package. But when especially Hurricane Highlands came out, there was a huge reaction from the community, I would say, because that
yeah,
card really lets you kind of break the core mechanic in the game by allowing a pretty um, out of control ramp in some occasions. But it doesn't
yeah,
seem like it's enough in some cases.
yeah. No, I mean that's you pretty much nailed it there. I'm just taking a peek at. So we're in overtime. We're about 8 minutes into overtime. So we should be wrapping up here in just a minute. And it looks like there's a couple outstanding matches still going on, and a couple of them looks like they're going to have a pretty big effect on the standings. It looks like Allende and Stephen Brown are still playing, and also Zach Bell is still playing. So
Yep.
as soon as these matches wrap up, we'll be able to get you a feature match and pairings for the last round. I think what Emmy and I were discussing here is that we might try to feature someone who is X and two playing for Top Cut last round. So we'll kind of see
Yeah.
how the pairings work out and get something exciting for you. For me, it's always more exciting and a lot more suspense to, you know, kind of see how the players perform under the most pressure.
I agree. There's so much on the line for those X2 players going into round eight. So we
Yeah,
definitely want to see, that tension coming out and that will to win coming out. So we are going to pick a table going into the final round, round eight, that is currently 5-2. That with that win, whoever wins that match will secure their spot on top 16. So we're just checking out a few lists for you.
yeah. So what do you think the breakdown is going to be for top 16? If you had to guess, what would you like to see in top
Ooh,
16?
yeah, that's a great question because I don't top 16 breakdown reflect the um, event breakdown. So the event
Mm-hmm.
breakdown tells us that red, Gale, and yellow Fable Beast are the decks that are going to win. But I think top
Yeah,
16 will tell a different story. I mean, red will come out as part of top 16, but I'm very excited for tomorrow, John, because yeah, based on what we are seeing, tomorrow top 16 is going to be extremely diverse. We know for a fact there's going to be a few reds. We know for a fact there's going to be some purple, some white control,
Hmm.
some white aggro. There's going to be
Yeah.
some uh, deck pile. So and there's still the last round, as you said. So yeah, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Uh, I think that it's going to be a pretty diverse top cut, which is something that I'm thrilled about. Looking at the breakdown, it's a pretty diverse breakdown, and I think some of the decks that aren't exactly highly represented are going to make top cut. And as a viewer and a player, that's pretty exciting to me. So it does look like we have pairings for the last
Yes.
round, and I'd like maybe we can get. Let's see. Let's try this table.
Yeah. Wow. Some of these
See if we can
pairings
get.
are so interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to grab table 13 here, which are two
Mm.
players. Some of the X and twos. We're going to get, and I'm sure they'll bring the players over to the feature match area here shortly. But we're going to get Ryan Matas, who is of course a Grand Open champion of Pasadena, currently sitting at 5-2, and he's going to be playing against Evan Melendez.
Yep.
And just
So
let's see, so
guess
Matas
what?
is playing red. Yeah, let me see what's Evan
Uh,
playing. Oh, this should be a interesting one. Evan's playing white,
mm,
so it's a you're
that's right.
pretty. Yeah, looks like a more of like a white, similar to the white deck that we saw last round, but it doesn't look like it's quite as
Yep.
fast. So,
It's very similar, but it had once again one of those set two cards that we've seen in this white aggro before, which is
mhm,
the Ant Strike Back, to add even
yeah,
more gas um, to the engine. So yeah, we'll see Ryan um, and Evan
yeah,
giving their all for this round, right? Because whoever
yeah, hmm
does make it to Top Cat.
yeah. Whoever wins should make top cut. Of course, as we've said earlier, we can't guarantee
That's
anyone is
true.
in the top cut, but there should be about 20 or so players who are X and two or better. So three or four players are going to end up missing at X and two. So could be one of these
Mhm.
players. It might not be, but I know that uh, you know Ryan Matas in particular has been hovering around the top tables for most of the day. So
Yep.
yeah, but to be clear, we don't have the standings. I have no idea what their tiebreakers are. Uh, we can only assume that this is a
Speculation.
what we would call a bubble match,
Yeah.
and it's going to
So we
be,
should be.
I yeah, players should be coming over, but I think it's only fitting that the last round match is red versus white because that has been kind of the premier matchup for most of this day, with all the red and white decks floating around the top tables, and something that we're probably going to see tomorrow and maybe even the finals. Right? I mean, I I love it.
I
I mean,
agree.
just looking at the top tables right now. I mean, table one you have red against white, so it's just
Yep.
it's pretty exciting.
It could be. It could definitely be the theme of the weekend. And
Yeah.
sorry, you can see how how exciting this game is. I mean, uh, going into this tournament, you wouldn't have expected too much white, and last Grand Open, Gale, yellow and red were doing really well,
Yeah.
and now we see a completely different top 16. We're gonna see a completely different top 16. So the
Yeah.
fact that the game is not color locked to a single color, allowing for players to really get creative, is definitely one of my favorite aspect of the game for sure.
Yeah. You know, just like you said, I it's not that I didn't expect white to do well. I didn't expect white aggro to do well. I mean, that's still kind of mind blowing to me that we could have two, maybe even three of the roughly same white aggro deck in the top cut.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we will definitely make for some really speedy games, I would
Hmm.
say. But there's still so much to, optimize in a wide aggro play. I mean, you could think that a wide aggro player just thinks, okay, I'm just gonna put down my spirits and attack, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Especially, I think in this meta where you have those spells that we talked about. So making sure that your BP breakdown, it's in certain cases is covered, and how do you efficiently place your core to optimize the swing. So
Right.
it's not a super easy deck to pilot, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I think it's kind of a assumed, but wrongly, that white in particular is easy to play, right? Like you just, like white rush. So like you just turn guys sideways, right? But while that is true sometimes, a lot of the times core management is very, very important in that deck.
Yes, and that's what our good friend Aaron de Pacampo would say. I think he was very protective of his good old white aggro. And yeah, I completely agree. I think this final match is going to be a very interesting one. Again, um, Ryan is a super experienced player, has made um, pretty much all top eights every event. He recently won an event, so uh, that he'll be able to play this matchup really well. But still, it's gonna be a tough one for Ryan, I think.
Ah, yeah. So I think we might. Let's see here. We can do. Oh, here. Let's do.
We might need to have a slight glance. Um, let's see.
Slight change. Yeah.
Yep, sure. So for what are we going for,
Yeah.
John?
We'll find a match here. There was an issue with
Mm-hmm.
one of the tables. One, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll get something for you guys here. That's let's see here.
Yeah, I
Just give
mean,
us a second.
there's so many good choices here. It's
Yeah, I mean, players are playing for a lot this round. Obviously, you're playing for a last round
yeah,
here.
yeah, it's a tough pick here,
Yeah. So
but
just
yeah,
looking
we
at
should be able
the
to.
matchups. We have you know table one white aggro against red. Table two we have purple against red. Uh, Table three Rex against Cause. I mean that's a pretty
Yeah.
exciting match. Table four Anthony and Tim. So there's some pretty solid matches towards the top. I think those players are probably already locked for top cut, but I
Hmm.
mean definitely
Yep.
definitely a lot to play for.
Let's see. What are we gonna bring you for this final round? Um, I mean, you made it, to top cut before yourself, John, and you definitely found yourself in a similar situation where you're in the last round and you have to win. Like, do you approach it in a like? What's your philosophy? What would you ask to players going into this final round?
It's there. There's a lot of pressure. The event that I made top cut in, which was the Monroeville Grand Open. Uh, it was, I started off 5-0 in a 7 round event, so there's a lot of pressure off my back pretty much right away. I mean, starting 5-0
Yep.
does have its benefits, but
Hmm.
the best advice I can give someone obviously is to just start as well as you can, and then obviously it takes a lot of pressure off and you kind of coast in. But
Yep.
to deal with the pressure, with the pressure late, uh, you know,
Mm,
eat, drinks, stay hydrated. Don't panic, right? You got to stay patient
yep.
because
Yeah,
as soon
that's
as you
usually
start to get stressed
my bad.
out and panic, you start making mistakes and it all goes downhill.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
absolutely. That's
it looks like the match that's available. Okay, so this is a pretty good one. We're gonna
yep.
have table 8, which is Aaron Michael against Stephen Brown. So this is actually pretty exciting because
Mm,
I was hoping to save this deck for top 16, but Aaron Michael, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is the player who was playing the Coalmane
that's right.
weird. Yeah, he's playing a Coalmane deck. So
Yep.
this match should be for top cut, all the same. I, I think Aaron is X1 and Steven is X2, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah. So a lot of the line on the line for both. I mean, Aaron's deck is wow, something we have not seen before. At least I haven't. I don't know if you, John,
No,
being a red main, probably have tried a lot of red combinations, but
yeah,
yeah, wow, this one is
no, yeah.
just
Aaron is
out
X and
there.
two, and then
Hmm.
Steven, of course, is looks like he's X and two as well. So these players are at
Yep.
table 8. They should be playing for top cut here.
Yep. I know. I'm very excited for this one. I believe we've seen Steven, right?
Yeah, we saw him round
Yep.
6. Yeah, so I think he
That's right.
lost round 6, and so round 8 here he's playing for top cut.
That's right. So we know
Yeah.
Steven is playing yellow,
Hmm.
and so yellow does have its own ways to deal with the aggro strategies by healing back. But at times, maybe it's not enough to heal back because you're getting so many attacks in each turn that just healing back one is not enough. So, interesting to see how Steven deals with this Coalmane deck. And I think we're almost ready for you guys.
Yep. Yep. So players are still getting ready here. I know chat was asking for Gale, and I want to say because I think we said it earlier. So we saw Gale round 1, but
Hmm.
since then we really haven't seen too many Gale decks at the top. I think Tim Rivera is a player that we've mentioned a few times. Um, so if we keep getting people asking for Gale and Tim wins this round, obviously, I mean Tim's going to be in top cut. Maybe we can
Yep,
get him in the top 16 tomorrow.
perhaps. Yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
personally, I like some of the Gale lists that we have seen. Um,
Hmm.
Again, really interesting how the Gale package is inserted in other colors. But I think Tim is playing a more purist green list. Still super interesting. So we might see it tomorrow in
Yeah.
top 16. Um,
Yeah.
have you tested much with Gale? Have you played Gale?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
What do
I
you think?
I played with and against Gale a pretty good amount. I think it's probably the most powerful deck in the game right now. In terms of
Hmm.
what it can do. I think consistency can be somewhat of an issue. But if you do get the Highlands early, if you do have like the Alarain with the Emerald Sanctuary, you can do some pretty broken things with it. So I'm
Yeah.
not surprised to see one doing very well, but at the same time, I'm also not surprised that out of the 25 of them, that there's not more.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the scariest card is
Yep.
Fengwen. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
we are pretty much ready, John. Shall
Yeah.
we
I think players are
go
ready. I
over
think they're
to the table?
seated, and we're gonna go ahead and jump over to the game. So again, round 8, final round of Grand Open
That's
Atlanta
right.
for the Swiss.
Let's get ready. Aaron
So
on the left.
yeah, we have Aaron on the left and Steven on the right. So again, Aaron is playing the Coalmane deck, and Steven is playing yellow. We saw him round 6.
Yep.
So yeah, Steven might need some cores this game. I think that's what Aaron was just reminding him of.
He might need. Indeed. So, I mean, yeah, Steven did lose that game on stream, but then went to win his next one, and he's back. So, talking
Hmm.
about pressure, right? Like, he definitely needs
Yeah,
to
Steven.
deliver, and he's saying something.
Steven
I don't know what he's
Udayenda,
saying.
he's hype. Steve is hype. He's like, let's
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
let's
yeah,
do this.
he's ready. So let's see who's gonna start. Oh, so we can
Yeah,
see Steven hand.
yeah. He had a okay. So it looks like Aaron's going to start,
Okay.
and he starts with Dragno Guard, right? Yeah,
Yeah, so
Th-
I'm gonna have to
yeah. We're gonna have to
pull
read a
up a
lot of.
lot of these images. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm just gonna pop it on here for you guys to see on screen. Dragnogard is a 3 cost. Uh, while the spirits attack, when the spirit destroys one of your opponent's spirits via comparing BP, select one of your opponent nexuses and destroy it. So,
Yeah.
especially against yellow, this is very, very relevant. So, really
So
like this
my
choice
my
from
favorite
Aaron.
card in Aaron's deck, and I don't know if we'll see it, is Armored Reptoid. I never thought that I would see a Reptoid playing for Top Cut, but there are 2 Armored Reptoids in Aaron's deck, so that is awesome.
Indeed. But look at this. I mean, he's he's going in. He's going in with a double Scartooth. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is Swartooth. Yes, that is
Yeah.
a 2 cost vanilla from
That's a
set 3.
card, as they would say.
This
I
is
mean,
crazy.
yeah. Also, Steven had an eye shield and didn't set it. I mean, who would set the eye shield seeing a Dragnogard turn 1? But wow, man. That was probably
This is
best case scenario
crazy.
for Aaron. Oh, okay. So we see a cathedral
He's got
and a
2 cathedral
flagellum.
and flagellum. I mean, what's he gonna do?
Yep,
Okay, he's
that's
like,
what
all
we're
right,
gonna do.
that was fun.
It was just it was probably trolling.
He,
But we'll see.
he's like, well,
I mean,
it's been real and it's been fun.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is
So
crazy.
wait, does he even have anything in his side to deal with this?
I mean, I assume there's flood streams somewhere. I mean, I think Steven has flood streams, right? Like,
There's
he
one in
played
main
one
and one
turn.
inside. Yeah, one turn. Um, wow, that was quick. Um, yeah, I mean, not much to say. 4 spirits down and 4 lives taken.
I mean,
We've seen the scar.
Steven played a Blessed Cathedral, which he was probably pretty happy about, and then his opponent just plays 4 red spirits. So
Yep.
that's something. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I don't have words. I mean, I know that it's late. We're on round 8. You know, we've been
Yeah,
talking about matches all day. I have no words for what just happened.
yeah. I mean, what do you have to say? I will say though, one card that it's in Aaron's deck just to get you guys hyped up is Power Boost. This
Yeah, yeah,
card
he's
is
playing Power Boost. Yeah,
yeah, it's so funny because there's 41 spirits and 9 magic cards. So
yeah,
4 of those 9 magic cards
yeah.
are Power
4
Boost.
Power Boost.
Yeah,
Not just here. I'm going to play Power Boost and might get someone with it. This guy is all in on Power Boost. Just
absolutely. So
does not care.
exactly. I mean, red
So
doesn't have that regain, but it just crashes through. So moving into game two, yeah, Steven has one flood stream inside that probably went into main for a second copy. But I mean, wow. I mean, after that, like, if you're Steven, you're like, okay, sure, I'm not gonna play Nexus, you know?
yeah,
Uh,
no,
I'm not gonna
that's
dare.
crazy.
And he's going for Mulligan. Uh,
Oh man,
he's not happy with his hand.
poor
He's
Steven.
not
I
happy
mean,
with
gotta feel bad for him. Like,
yeah,
probably get your worst possible matchup in the last round playing for Top Cut.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Get
yeah.
killed on turn 1, more or less, game 1, and then Mulligan game 2. Like,
Yeah,
this
he
is
probably had like 2 or 3 Nexus in hand, you know?
this is not how he drew this one up. So
Yeah. He
so you
he's
know
starting.
it's not over. He is starting. Yep.
Mhm.
If if he can get a Nexus out here turn 1. Okay, so he has Cathedral, but maybe you could just play Carbuncle here
Yes.
and try to not die, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's not bad, to be honest.
So
He has 2.
if
So
if Aaron doesn't play Armored Lizard on, I'm gonna be real mad because I really want to see that card. Come on,
I'm trying
you
to
can do it.
spell Carbuncle. There he is.
Okay, so he's got the Chameleon.
So,
Just
yep.
gonna core it up, and I assume we're gonna see an attack here. Yep.
Yep. Has a 5k on swing. And oh wow. Now the worst part is that you can't even do um Hippocampo swing, you know,
Right.
because
Yep.
Campo is a 4k. So
Well, if okay, so that's pretty good for Steve.
1,000.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
if he has a flood stream, at least draw into one or an ice shield to survive.
Yeah.
But a flood stream could
Yeah.
definitely even us out a bit.
True.
Let's see what Aaron can do here.
I think one of the cores of Steven was catapulted on the right. Hopefully he saw it. With 2 rain needles and a Dragon Guard. What's his name? No, the Dragon Trooper.
Oh my
Oh
goodness! What
my
is going
god.
on? This is
Wow.
crazy.
That is just, yeah, just a bunch of spirits that are fully reduced in cost. I mean, I don't even know what to spotlight right now because I think that's a Primal Bird Phoenix, which is a 4 cost 4 reduction.
Yeah,
So
that has
like,
Awaken, right? That's the one that has Awaken.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's
So
what.
so that's what he did. He just used Awaken
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah. Wow, that's amazing. So he can get Steven to block and just awaken and pump his spirit, which would be even better if Cathedral was the other Nexus. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, to go.
So I mean, so are we just dead? Did we just play 3 total turns in round 8?
Wow. I
I
mean,
mean,
I don't see
he doesn't have
what
any cores.
he could have.
I mean, he could go to
Oof.
1 and then flood stream, but like I think he's just dead.
Really? Is not out? I mean,
I mean,
he's a
like
3K. Can you do Exhaust
he.
Nexus here? Oh, you can do
Oh,
a
okay.
Burning Force.
So
Wow.
yeah, so Burning Force
That
is gonna
that's
keep
interesting.
him alive.
So to be fair, Aaron had the win there because what he could have done was awaken during
Yeah,
um the other
previous attack. Yeah.
spirit attack. Yeah, and go to 5. That would have been
Burning Force
game.
is something you don't really play around like in that situation. I don't
Mhm.
think, but can't like I can't really fault him for that. Although that being said,
No,
Steve is not in bad shape now. Actually, I mean, being a
no.
one does you know it's not good, obviously, but Aaron has one card in hand with just two rain needles in play. So
Mhm. Yeah.
Steve really needs a Fable
So an
Beast here.
Arcana
That's the
X.
bad part.
Yeah, I was really hoping for that. Oh, but there is a Fable Beast. So we'll see a uh is a Fable Beast? I think so, right? He's
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. Um so it's not drawing. Maybe he has another Fable Beast, but you still want to do it on the first one. Um
Yeah. I don't know why he's not drawing with
Yeah, I think this is the nerves that we were talking about. I
yeah.
mean, after losing the
One
first
go.
round in two, the first game in 2 rounds, and pretty much
Yeah.
being very close
I
to
mean,
dying
I mean,
on.
if Aaron's last card is the Spirit, like this is over regardless, right?
Mhm. Mm,
Let's see. Okay, so it must not be a
doesn't
Spirit. It must be
seem
like a
like.
Power Boost or something.
Hmm. So he does have that power boost, but also has charge draw and volcanic break. So I don't think he would have enough. Well, he does have enough cores
Yeah.
to.
So 4K Rain Needle.
Yep.
I assume it's just getting blocked by like Arcana
Yep.
Knight
So
X or
Steven is
something
just
here.
checking BPs here.
Hmm.
He's gonna
Yeah, this
block with
seems like the
Arcana,
most
which
logical block.
is he a 4K or 5K? Let me.
That's a 5 at level 2.
It's a 5. Yep. You'll be
Okay,
able
so
to block.
he has the
Yeah,
Power
and it's the
Boost.
power boost. Yeah. Wow. There he is.
Now this is 5K.
Yep.
It's going to get blocked
So
by
then.
the, I assume. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
they'll trade, and then we'll
Yep.
get a yeah. So all right, Steven's actually
Wow.
hanging on here at one life.
Somehow he managed. Somehow he managed. Uh, I'm still a bit lost about that missed draw, but never mind. I mean, there he
Yeah, he's
comes,
drawing this time.
and yep. That's the thing about aggro decks, right, John? I mean, when they lose, like when their gas is out, like you're pretty good to go, but not really here. Like, there's no blast creatures.
Yeah.
Do you swing? I
So
don't think
they
so. There you
no,
go.
absolutely
Just
not. Nope.
passes. Yeah.
I don't swing in this game until I have a blessed spirit. Like I don't think there's any way that you're ever attacking.
Really.
Um, but if Aaron draws Coalmane at any point, uh, it's going to be bad news for Steven.
Mm. So he
I mean,
does have 2 Coalmane, which
mhm.
is not a lot, but
So 7K Eagle's pretty good here. Like that could attack
yep,
freely. Yeah,
yep.
I think Steven just kind
So
of has
is
to throw a carbuncle in front of it. Yeah,
for sure. And I guess Aaron's strategy now is like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep trying to trade your board and take spirits after
well,
spirits. I mean, I'm gonna have more, but
Steven now. This is a really
there
yep. There
is.
it is. I'll say this is a really big turnaround turn. He's drawing two cards off of his nexuses. He's at one life. Uh, he's got a 3K, a 1K. So like an exhaust nexus
Mhm.
here actually almost clears the board, but um,
Yes. If I would have played that
yeah.
second Gambu, but I mean, it
So
wouldn't spirit some
you,
bird.
you can definitely attack with the eagle here. Yeah,
Yeah, it's free. It's definitely
yeah.
free.
It's
You go
just a
to
free
two.
attack. Yep.
The thing is, like being Steven, like you're sitting pretty comfortable now. Aaron has
You are
no
now. Yeah,
cards, so don't know what he think. Oh, the one needle is a level 2.
yeah, yeah.
No,
One's
but
a
he's
level two. One's a
unblockable, right?
well. I mean,
From the
he can
Gambu.
block with the. I don't. Did he
Of
use
course, yeah.
Fingal?
What am I talking about? Yeah, because
Yeah.
well, they're
Wait. So
they're vanilla spirits, so
what's
but
going
he
on?
decides
Okay.
to
So he go to Gloss
go.
Nexus, and then I guess Aaron decided to just scoop him up. So I we get a game three after all. After 15 minutes and about five total turns, we get a
Yeah,
game
that's
three.
what we That's what we love to see. I mean, I bet no one in chat expected that. It seemed like the game was sealed and it was a replay of round one of game one, but uh, Steven was able to restabilize. I think the what was the what was that change that game? You think, John?
I mean, I think surviving that one turn, right? I mean, once he
Yeah.
survived one turn, if he was able to turn the game around and kind of take over
Mhm.
because Aaron just used his whole hand, and Steven was at one. That was the main turning point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. That burning
just
force was so
I
clutch.
I just now glanced at Chad, and maybe I don't know. I'll have to go back and check something. It looks like maybe we missed something when he played the
Uh,
turn he played the Burning Force, but I'm
he
not sure.
he
Both
did he
players were
paid
playing
4.
so quickly.
Yeah, it was super fast. I'm pretty sure that was 5 for Burning Force. Uh,
Yeah, I'll go back and check at some point. I mean, there's two players playing and a table judge, so I mean, it's
mhm. Yeah, I mean we're
someone
uh,
missed it. Though.
looking at the game.
It's not on us. Let's see, one, two, four. Let's see. So Aaron is going to be able to go first this game. Uh, Steven, both players thinking about their hands. Okay, looks like Aaron keeps and Steven keeps. All right. Let's see what we start with.
Yep. Mm,
Yeah, it looks like it's so dark
looks like
now that you just can't see the hands at all. Starting with Dynaman's a pretty good start from the red player.
yep. So it starts with one of 3 drops in the game, I would say, and pass it over to Steven. That I mean, okay. I was about to say he doesn't want to play a Nexus here, but I guess he does. Um,
Yeah, I mean if that's
and I
his only
guess he's
play,
just gonna pray.
yeah, pray that doesn't happen again. Just playing
Yep,
4 or 5 spirits out this turn. Another
another Dynaman
Dynaman.
comes out, which is probably on this lower end after what we've seen the previous
Yeah.
game. It doesn't
So
seem like he has enough cores for another spirit.
no, I think we just swing with one of them here. I don't think I'd swing with the second
Yeah,
one, but
it
looks like
just
he is.
goes.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
this kind of just opens him up to getting bashed by a blessed spirit.
So one Nexus down, the
Yeah.
Hippocampo comes down well, which is definitely not what you want to see if you're Aaron. Hippocampo obviously draws a card with Phantasmal, which probably has found that second
Yeah.
Phantasmal.
Steven almost missed that draw too. I think he's trying to play a little bit too quickly.
Yeah,
Another Hippocampo.
he doesn't need to
Yeah.
as well. Like the
Yeah. I
problem
mean,
now is like, do you swing?
this is
I
why.
think you'd lose if you
I mean,
swing here.
absolutely a swing here. I think. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're. I mean, they either block to save a damage or attack to gain a life, which is saving a damage. So,
Yeah, yeah.
like you
So it's
attack with
gonna
this one
run
too. I mean,
one
this is
life.
why you keep one Dino Man back.
Yep. Yeah, Dynamite is such a great defense option. It's definitely, you know, your best defense if you leave one up. But I think Aaron was just like okay because I think his hand, he did the math and he was like, well, you know what, I have 5 spirits, I can close the game, so I'm gonna try.
Yeah. I mean, this would be
There's
the
now
turn to
counting
do it when
scores.
Steven doesn't have any cores.
Hmm.
He just has to be careful for. Wait, what card is this? Oh,
What
okay,
is
Rit
that?
Fire. Yeah, yeah, that's Ritual
Oh,
Fire.
wow, that's great actually. That is even better
So
than five
Aaron's got to be
spirit
really,
argument.
really careful here, though, because playing this third spirit shrinks his Dinomans, and Steven does
Hmm.
play Exhaust Nexus. So you don't want to get your entire board wiped here. I think you probably just core up your Dinomans and just be happy. But
Hmm.
he decides that just
There he
gone five
is.
wide and gone for the kill is the better course of action.
Is there? Yeah. Is there
You definitely don't. Okay, so you'd never attack with
Flowstream?
Dilophosa here first. That's for sure.
Hmm. So, I mean, Steven.
So he
Oh,
beam rifle. Okay.
he does have a beam rifle, so it's going down to 2, and
Yeah.
he has a
I
bunch
mean,
of cores now.
yeah, Stephen could win if he just has 3 spirits in his hand. I don't know what's
Yep.
in Aaron's hand, but
I don't think
so there's
Aaron
one. He's going to draw
has
2 cards. He has a
any
crocodile. He just drew
defense.
Floodstream. So
Ooh.
Stevens, I mean, it looks like he's going to take this unless
Hmm.
Aaron has something crazy in his hand.
Yep. Would have to double check what chat was talking about, but I believe the head judge has been informed. Nonetheless, the kind of reverse has happened. Now is Steven playing the aggro deck.
Mm-hmm.
Put down 4 spirits.
So you have 4 spirits for
And
Steven, one of them being a blessed spirit, which I assume is going to be
yep.
attacking first. Well, then he has, let's see. Yeah, it's not blessed because he has 1 core.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any. There is a break burst from side that could have come in, but
Did he lose? Oh, he lost, yeah.
yeah, there
Okay,
is.
he was using cores
Steven
there for
got the
something,
game.
but
Hmm. So we will be able to kind of figure out what
yeah.
happened on that second
So
game.
yeah, I I don't know exactly what happened. Like I
Hmm.
said, it's been a long day. Maybe we missed something. Maybe we didn't. I think it's unfair to call anyone a cheater, but you know,
Hmm.
ac-
I mean,
accidents do happen.
obviously, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're definitely trying our best, keeping up with the game. It was definitely a very fast paced game. Obviously, we don't have the audio as well, so we don't hear the
Yeah,
players what they're saying, and also the cores are not easy to see on the table. Just to say, is not that immediate for
yeah.
us, and it's not immediate for the judge as well. So just bear with us as we'll
That
definitely work through it. But
that
Yeah.
was an exciting last round, nonetheless. We almost got a Coalmane deck with Reptoids and Top Gut, but last he finishes 5-3, still a pretty
Hmm.
solid showing. But just taking a peek at the top tables now. Before we call it a night here, we have Colin Kaiser winning at table 2 to go to 7-1.
Yeah.
Alex Landon won at table 5 to go to 6-2, so
Nice.
he should be in top cut. Yeah. Daniel
Yep.
Seidenberg at table 1 should be good. Jack, of course. Thomas Calder ended up at 6-2. Uh,
Hmm. Jeremy,
should
I think we featured him with the was a white
Yeah.
tempo, the
Jeremy
white
was
beatdown.
playing. Yeah, that's who Alex played earlier. He was playing the white,
Mhm.
like mid-range tempo deck.
Yep.
It looks like he ended up going
He
6-2 as well.
That's right. He should be in as well, especially after Alex win. So
Hmm. Yeah, it still looks
yeah, we have
like.
quite a few
Yeah, I
tables.
was going to say there's 26 minutes left in the round. Looks like there's still quite a few tables uh, going.
Yeah,
Looks like most of the top ones
some
too. Yeah.
noticeable name. Hmm. Noticeable name. We have Cause and Rex Mendoza on table playing.
Mm.
Jack and Daniel on table 1, so they should be fine already. But yeah, quite a few more games to go. But I think, I mean, John, what do you think? Are you still on your option in terms of like what we're gonna see in top 10, or do you think
Yeah.
there might be more last minute
No, I mean
kind
just
of?
just just looking at this, I mean we know there's at least 3 red decks that are locked for top cut, and it's pretty
Mhm.
much 3 of the best red players in the whole game. So it's going to be kind of
Yeah.
hard to pick against Daniel, Alex, or Colin. They're all 3 consistent top finishers with red. Um, Alex and Daniel in particular have both been on some pretty good heaters lately. So when you're running hot with a really good deck, it's hard to pick against them, right?
Mm, absolutely. I think. I mean, some of these players were already well favorites before getting into the tournament and just consolidate the records. I mean, we're just wrapping up the round 8, which is gonna give us ultimately the top 16 for tomorrow.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I think we mentioned about 30 minutes left in the round. I'm
Mhm.
sure you can follow socials for the game, Discord, whatnot, to see who the top 16 is going to be. I'm sure that they themselves will post a bracket or a photo here at some point. But for now, being that there's so much time left in the round, I think we're going to go ahead and sign off and be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time to wrap up this top 16 of the last Grand Open before the Pro Tour. Any closing thoughts there,
Yes.
Emmy?
Yeah, no, really exciting. Thank you, John, for today. It's been a lot of fun to cast games today and together, and looking forward to tomorrow. I mean, sorry, it's 1 a.m. here, so I don't have all my words straight here. But yeah, nonetheless, a lot of fun. Thanks everyone for tuning
Yep,
in, and
been
yeah,
fun.
see you all tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow morning.